said, oh, Monique, I'm gonna reach out. I don't know Oprah, but I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out to Tyler Perry. I'm gonna reach out to Tyler Perry. Then she said Kevin Hart to his word, and he loaned her money too. She told the truth, all the truth. Nothing but the truth. He loaned me money, but he did some other stuff. Right? Said and she paid back with interest, and you should pay back with interest when somebody loans you money, because they lose money by loaning to you. Me and Antonio was talking. But anyway, so she said that he came back and he said, well, Tyler doesn't want to revisit this. Tyler Perry. Right? Tyler doesn't want to revisit this. She said, but he said, Kevin Hart said, I want to make sure we can produce stuff together. We can do black excellence together. That's what little Kevin Hart said, not say little because he's little. Y'all can't go around calling Monique big, but you can't call him little. You can't call him shrimpy. So he little. So that's what he said. We're going to do it. And Kevin Hart is a big name. He's a big guy. He's a mover and a shaker. And he said, we're going to do business. Then Monique's people heard back from little Kevin Hart. And little Kevin Hart said, his people said, her people said, his agent said, he don't want nothing to do with you. Now, Kevin Hart has said, according to Monique, now you go watch it for yourself. Right? According to Monique, little Kevin Hart said, we're going to do business. Don't worry about all that stuff that happened. We're going to make everything right. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do some business up in here. Don't you worry about a thing. And then, all of a sudden, the white man intervened. The white manager said Kevin don't want nothing to do with Monique. Now, why do I bring up the white man? Why do I bring up the white man, ladies and gentlemen? Why? Yvette, why? Because, and you all can go search my history. I have been talking about this for a very long time. In the terms of black celebrity being social engineering, I have been having this conversation, meaning Kevin Hart goes around talking about himself like a boss. Y'all see it. Where is it at? I got it up here somewhere. I'm not going to be here long. Like I said, I'm not going to be here long. I'm going to let y'all come in and say your piece if you want. If you saw it, I want you to let me know. Anybody, how many of y'all saw it? Couldn't find him actually saying the quote. Andre Harrell, may he rest in peace, said, we were not really bosses. At these record labels, we got the crumbs that fell from the table. That's what he had said. Right? That's what he said. He said, we got the crumbs that fell from the table. I see everybody who saw it. That's what he said back then. See, the job, let me help y'all understand this. The white man came in and said, we don't want nothing to do with Monique. After Kevin Hart had said, hey, we're going to do business together. What this really shows you is who is doing the business. What this really shows you is what we've been saying. White capital, white wealth needs you to believe that you have business, that you have movers and shakers and you have moguls, and little Kevin Hart is doing this and he's doing that and he's a boss. But he's not a boss in his own right. He is a boss in such a way that he is providing capital to white wealth. And they are going to dictate and puppeteer that. I don't like Kanye West. I think the man is mad right now. But they were able to turn that spigot off when he started talking in a way they didn't want him to talk. What you learn when you start talking is who has power and who does not have power. Capital, white wealth needs you to believe that you have business, that you have movers and shakers and you have moguls, and little Kevin Hart is doing this and he's doing that and he's a boss. But he's not a boss in his own right. He is a boss in such a way that he is providing capital to white wealth. And they are going to dictate and puppeteer that. I don't like Kanye West. I think the man is mad right now. But they were able to turn that spigot off when he started talking in a way they didn't want him to talk. What you learn when you start talking is who has power and who does not have power. And Kevin Hart can say what he wanted to say, but his manager came in and said nothing else. So for everybody who wants to talk to me about blackity, blackity, black, and we working together, and this is black excellence, if somebody white has the ability to come in and take over your deal and interrupt that deal between two heavyweight comedians and say, we ain't doing that, then you don't have power. If your power can only have a confrontation with other ADOS power and you can never confront white power, then you have no power. If the only person you can say no to is Monique, you don't have power.
Yeah, black people are going to learn the hard way, right? Because soon ain't gonna be no crumbs to get. I mean, they getting crumbs off the table. Soon ain't gonna be no crumbs to get off the table. I mean, if you look at what's happening at the border, the border situation is the crumb snatchers. I had this conversation with somebody the other day, and I left them speechless. Cause I gave them the facts. She gave me facts too, but I think that picture in the corner says everything. With Kevin Hart standing there looking like a black pet, right? The only leader of black people is white people. Right? Let me say that again. The only leader of black people is white people. There is no such thing as black bosses and black leadership. Obama, Kevin Hart, uh, Clarence Thomas, the CBC, Elijah Cummings, Tiffany Hatt, all these people. These people are a disease on the black community that was that grew up after Barack Obama, after Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was taken out, right, and the Black Panthers and people like that. They fomented a disease, which then metastasized and grew into Kevin Hart and Obama and the CBC and Elijah Cummings and Oprah Winfrey, right? And then they gave you an illusion of inclusion, right? That was really a psyop and set up to distract you and destroy you. And so I salute Monique for telling the truth about these people. I've been saying the same shit for years, you see. And now it's coming out, and they don't really want it to come out, right? But this is the apocalypse, you see. What is the apocalypse? What is the apocalypse? We at the precipice of the apocalypse. What does the apocalypse mean? Apocalypse just means to reveal a time of great revelation. This is the apocalypse. This is a time of great revelation. But it's gonna be painful, right? It's gonna be painful. So you might as well get on the right side of history and let go of the bullshit. Let go of all the fake shit. And just be honest. Just tell the truth, right? Everybody, you know, everybody wanna pretend like, oh, I'm a good person. I'm a good person, right? They want to promote themselves as, you know, I'm a boss. I should say I'm a boss. I'm a good person. I'm this. I'm that, right? And none of that shit is true. It's all an illusion, right? Instead of just admitting, sometimes, that you've done wrong. Like Monique said, admit that you've done wrong, and then let's move on. Let's elevate, right? She said, you know, I'm not calling you out. I'm calling you up. You see? I'm not calling you out. I'm saying you need to step up. I'm not trying to crush you. I'm saying you need to step it up. But you can't save everybody. It's unfortunate. Because it's the end of the road in America for black people. I said it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's the end of the road, right? This is the apocalypse, you see. And you're going to find out everything, right? Everything's just going to come out. The reality that you live in is going to be revealed to you whether you like it or not, so you might as well accept it early. That way you don't go into shock, you see. You got to put your shock absorbers on now. So you might as well just look and start accepting everything for what it really is, right? Your mother is not Superwoman, right? Your political leadership has sold you out. Your entertainment so-called bosses and leaders are just pawns, puppets, sellout, and buck dancing coons. everything that you look at, everything that you look at is an illusion, right? The whole thing is an illusion. You see, and the only way to get past that and get to reality is to accept that it's an illusion. It's not real, right? Even right. So they're trying to sell you these images and these illusions so that you will lie to yourself. It's the Matrix, right? Remember in the movie The Matrix where he said, where the traitorous dude who stabbed everybody in the back. He said, I know this ain't real, but when I'm sitting here and I'm putting this steak in my mouth, it tastes real to me, and that's all that matters. That's black people in America. They know this deep down. They know like Obama's not real. That he's not a real black leader. He's a puppet and a pawn and a sellout. They know Kevin Hart is a puppet and a pawn and a sellout. They know Oprah Winfrey is a puppet and a pawn and a sellout. They know Tyler Perry is a cross-dressing puppet, pawn, sellout. Fill in the blanks. But the illusion tastes so good to them, like it's the Matrix. They like being in the Matrix. Most Negroes, they've been plugged into this Matrix, and they say, well, fuck that. This Matrix is better than, the alternative. I don't want to get Gaza stripped. Right? I don't want to get Gaza stripped. So better to be plugged into the Matrix. You see? The problem with that is the Matrix is about to get nuked. And then most Negroes' attitude is, well, fuck it. I'm going to buck dance until it get nuked. Right? Turn the music back on so I can buck dance until it get nuked or I drop dead. That's most Negroes. I mean, most like people in my family. I'm going to be honest with you. Like people in my family, most of the people I meet on the street, that's their attitude. That's what they actually say to me. I swear to this. Like, I wouldn't lie to people. My sons, my mother, anybody, most of the people, grandparents, everybody, cousins, anybody I've talked to generally, their attitude is, listen, I know this shit ain't real. I don't give a fuck. I know it's not real. I know it's all fake. But I'm gonna buck dance until I die or this shit get destroyed. I don't care. I don't care what reality is. You know what I mean? Most of the people that you come in contact with are like that. Whether you want to admit it or not. You see, most 90% of the people, 95% of the people that you come in contact with, your mother, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, if you black, that's their attitude. So people know I'm not lying, right? They know, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll get a little upset. You might see a few people march back and forth, might burn down a Rite Aid. You know what I mean? Then they roll them police out. Them Negroes go back in the house, and that's the end of that. They don't want to get Gaza stripped, so they like, yeah, okay, that's enough of that. Right? Where's Oprah? Where's Obama? Where's Al Sharpton? I mean, most Negroes know that Al Sharpton is a fake civil rights leader. He got caught selling crack. Right? He was selling coke. Al Sharpton was selling coke. Right? His connect was the mafia. He was hooked up with some Italian mafia. He got caught selling coke. Right? This is a man who's supposedly a pastor of a church. Right? Black people would tell you about, oh, this is a God-fearing man. This is a man of God. They'll you know what I'm saying? They'll drive you crazy with that. This is a man of God, a leader in the community. Look, he's here with Obama. This is a man who got caught selling drugs, didn't take his own medicine, right? Didn't say, okay, well, I got caught selling, selling crack, selling coke. I'm gonna take the fall, right? I'm gonna be responsible for what I done. I ain't gonna include nobody else. I did the crime, I'm gonna do the time. He goes out and then, because he don't want to do the time, makes a deal to wear a wire against the people he was working with, right? And becomes a federal informant. That's Al Sharpton. The same people who got Malcolm X killed and Martin Luther King killed. That's Al Sharpton. So you took the people who got your leaders killed, who turned FBI informant, got your leaders killed, and you turned around and you made them your leadership. Knowingly, you did this. Misleading your whole families, your children, your grandchildren, your mothers, your father. Y'all, and signed up to mislead your whole families. So this man, he gets caught selling crack, selling coke, right? A so-called man of God. Your so-called leadership, when some, supposedly trying to help you get reparations and, restitution in America and justice, right? He tells you don't criticize your sellout leadership. The Congressional Black Caucus, Obama, he tells you in an interview on 60 Minutes, don't ever criticize these people. Let them do their work. What work? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, Mr. Sharpton, the FBI informant, crack dealing man of God? Y'all blaspheme God. Y'all, look, I said it once and I said it again. Negroes not gonna make it out of America. Now that ain't even getting into what's gonna happen to the rest of these people. That's why the Bible says judgment begins at the house of the Lord. A lot of y'all don't understand what that means, and you probably never read it. I don't know if I'm gonna get into it in this video, in this vlog, right? So, these are the people you made your leadership, and you know that they scumbags, total scumbags, right? But you said, well, fuck it. Let's just, throw our hands up in the air and put our feet on the gas, right? And live the American nightmare. Dream. Right? And just take these crumbs, as Andre Harrell said, right? Who died, and take these crumbs off the table. Right? Like Kevin Hart, just getting the crumbs off the table, right? And that white man in that picture probably got his hands down his pants in the back of that picture, feeling on his butt cheeks, fingering him. He probably fingering him, right? That's why he's smiling so hard in that picture, right? Because this is how they get down, you see? And so your crack dealing civil rights leaders, FBI informant civil rights leadership, black people following them to the gates of hell, right? They know that these people ain't shit. But they like, fuck that, I don't want to get Gaza Strip. You see? Could make a rhyme about that. Could make a rap. Right? You know these people ain't shit, but you don't want to get Gaza Strip. Right? So you go along to get along. Right? You don't want it to get too difficult. You see? Say, man, fuck that, this Jim Crow light is better than Jim Crow heavy, and better than slavery, and better than getting Gaza stripped. Right? So, I'm a buck dance a little harder. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This is in the apocalypse, there is no buck dancing. Right? The music stops. Your crack dealing, men of God, pastors not gonna be able to save you. The lies not gonna work no more. There are no fake black leaders that can even give you the solace that make you think, They can't. There's nobody even there to give you the illusion anymore, right? The illusion gonna blow away like sand in the wind, right? 2/3, like the Bible said, 2/3 of my people shall die and be cut off. It's 30 million so-called descendants of slaves in America. Only 10 million are gonna make it out, if that. Once this thing gets going, that's Bible prophecy. That's not my prophecy. That's Bible prophecy. Only 2/3 gonna make it. Only 1/3 gonna make it out. I believe the Bible. I believe 20 million blacks are gonna die in America and be destroyed in America in the next couple of years. Because you believe in something that's not real. You believe Kevin Hart is a boss. You believe Obama is a boss. You believe a child killing, lying, grifting Obama is a boss, right? You believe Joe Biden is your president. You voted for Joe Biden, a segregationist, right? Who hung out with the KKK. Is your friend, right? You believe all of this weirdo shit, and you believe you got a picture of white Jesus on your wall when you go into your churches, right? You believe all of this weirdo shit. You believe Al Sharpton is a civil rights leader and a man of God, right? I ain't gonna make this too long, but I think she has some, she really laid it out. What she didn't say that I'm gonna say is this is gonna end horribly, as it should, right? For black people in America. It's ending. Look at all this shit coming across, all this stuff on the border. You got 15 million. I think I was making this point. I got off track. I told somebody this. Look, politically, you're done. Black people spent their capital on Obama and Biden. You blew your political capital in the United States. It's over with. There is no political mechanism that can help you now. Only God can help you now. You better hope the 10 million that's gonna make it out, you better hope that the Bible prophecy is true, or all of y'all gonna be destroyed. You're gonna be ethnically cleansed in the United States and around the world, right? You better hope the Bible prophecy is true. You better hope for salvation, because there ain't no other options for you. If you say, well, I got a political option, I'm gonna vote my way out. Black Bodhisattva, you a lying, dusty, stupid, crazy Negro on YouTube. You have no idea what you're talking about. I got a picture of Obama and Joe Biden on my wall, or Trump or something, and I'm gonna vote my way out. Really? You gonna vote your way out? If you could vote, if a Negro could vote their way out of this, it would defy logic and mathematics. And I believe a lot of things, right? I believe in aliens. I believe all kinds of things. I don't believe that math is not real. If you bring 15 million undocumented people across the border, there's 30 million blacks in the United States. You know that, and these 15 million have been proven, along with the other ones that already came across, and might even have, your so-called Hispanic community. There's no such thing as a black-brown coalition. Trust me. I know personally, I've dealt with these people calling me niggers and all that kind of stuff, right? They'll do horrible shit to you. If you bring 15 million undocumented, hostile, anti-black people across a border, some of them may even look black, but they don't fuck with you, you see. If you bring them across a border, and it's only 30 million of y'all, and y'all already fractured as a group, y'all don't have a voting block. Y'all not like, for instance, AIPAC or the Jewish voting blocks, right? You have no consolidated power, you see. As she just pointed out, no leadership, no real leadership, no mechanisms, no political leadership, no social leadership, no financial leadership, no financial nothing, right? You're just every man for himself, for the most part. You bring in, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna go. You bring in 15 million hostile people across a border that look at you as food, right? And you're in their way and they look at you as food. Not to mention the, the ones that already are here, right? Shooting people that are like the cop that shot Philando Castile, or the one kidnapped my son and called me a nigger, right? Not to mention the ones that's already here, that's doing whatever they doing. If you heard the tapes from the city council in Los Angeles, you understand also what I mean. Unless you've been sleeping under a rock. So when you bring in all of that and then you tell me about your political capital, I laugh at you. If I could even find, in myself to laugh at this point about this kind of shit, because it's so fucking horrible and tragic, and I got the foresight to see what's coming. You see. And then you tell me about your political capital, and you want to argue with me and debate with me about your politics. I laugh at you. You clowns to me. Like, just like she telling you about this whole entertainment shit. It's the same thing. It all ties into the same thing, right? And so when you look at the numbers and you only have 30 so-called, I'm 30 million, but I'm not, all of them can't count. Some of these are children who don't even vote. Okay, these are not fighting age men. We talking about some women, old people, children, whatever. 30 million, right? Now, you got already 15 coming a million undocumented hostiles. You got, let's just say, I don't know. Let's say in that group you could throw in the ones that are documented and throw in another 10 million, 15 million, whatever, right? Numbers are probably higher than that. How, and they're all basically politically against you. They're not voting with you for reparations. They're not voting with you to support anything in your neighborhoods, right? They're not donating. They're not coming into your business spending no money. They're not donating to your political campaigns. They're not donating to any of your social, situations, whatever, right? You got zero, nothing, squat, nada, shit, right? You got nothing from these people. Zero. And even worse than that, if they get a chance, they're gonna kick you in your fucking head. You don't understand the problems that you're facing. I didn't even get to I'm talking about the spicy white people. I didn't even get to the white man yet. Damn. I ain't even get to the white man yet. Who really, who basically is using them as a battering ram against you. God damn, and you gonna tell me about your political capital? Talk about a fool. Talk about a fool that can't do math, can't do basic 1 + 1 is 2. When I say Negroes is finished, it's an easy calculation. Unless you gotta be the stupidest motherfuckers on the planet. It's a simple, easy 1 + 1 is 2 calculation. You have no political capital. No social capital, none to speak of. It's all an illusion. You see? And so it's every man for themselves. That's why, and the Negroes know it. You see? These ninjas know it, right? That's why they act the way that they do. The people like, your entertainment groups, your Drakes, your, whatever, from the blanks, Kevin Hart's, they act the way that they do. Your Kanye West, your Kyrie Irvings. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize. They're the most apologizing Negroes I've ever seen. They can kick you in your head and then make you apologize. Make it make sense. I apologize. Really? You apologize. Negroes is finished in America. It's just that the clock is ticking fast, right? So you have no zero political capital. Those people are gonna cancel. They already done canceled your vote out. So the question, I mean, if it matter, it won't matter after 2024. Trust me, you'll find out by the end of the year. So have fun, like me. I'm trying to have as much fun as I can this year and do as much as I can. Like I wanna, you know what I mean, run up my credit cards, go on vacation, live it up. I tell motherfuckers, live it up. You better live it up. I don't give a fuck about the election. It may not. It's probably not even gonna be an election. Truth be told, that's a whole nother story. I'm not gonna get into that. But you know, the the numbers don't lie. So yeah, black people have no political capital left. You blew it on Barack Obama. I tried to warn people too. They laughed at me. Anybody that know me, if they listen to this, they'll know I'm telling the truth. I tried to warn people. I said, this Barack Obama shit gonna end badly. Something ain't right about this. You know what they told me? Shut the fuck up and laughed at me. Right? You're not a good person. Why are you talking? This is a man of, these people are men of God. You're just a scumbag. Okay. If you say so. I might be, even a broken clock is right once a day. I might be a scumbag, but I'm not wrong. I tried to warn people. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this gonna end badly. This ain't a good look. These people up to no good. They're gonna lead you down. They're gonna lead this black people into the gates of hell. Fast forward 2024. Welcome to the Turd Dome, right? There is no, you got no political capital. That's over with. The political game over with. You finished. Like I said, look at the numbers, right? So you finished politically. Your whole leadership has sold out, right? You facing World War III and Civil War. Let's just put it out there, right? You at the bottom in America, economically, socially, politically. You know what I mean? Other than an illusion where you got people like Kevin Hart running around with a white man, you know, hand down his pants, fingering him. Okay, now what? All right. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. That's all I got.